questions. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Ryan. I didn't think Red had his best stuff today, but he battled and found a way to get outs, walked a few more guys than we're used to seeing. But, got us 5 innings, and the offense came through. I mean, we had 10 RBIs with 2 outs. So it's good to see the offense come through in clutch situations and get big hits. Obviously, I think the Pierce Bennett double was kind of the big hit in the game in that situation to kind of get us, I think, to 6 or 8, I guess. So happy with the offense. I thought Cam Anasi was really good today, so we're excited to see him throw the ball well. Ox was solid, and then obviously we pieced it together. Jimmy Broderick made a nice play there in the ninth. So good team win and some good momentum headed into senior day, and hopefully we got a senior on the mound tomorrow. We'll get, as you guys know, I always get my seniors in the game. They always play. So you'll see Robinson, you'll see McNamee, then you'll see all our seniors tomorrow. So excited for them to have the opportunity to go out on a good note.
Tom, I'm not trying to take this in a bad place after winning last night and winning today, but where has this team been all year? It hasn't all been bad, but these last 2 games seem to show what you had in mind going into the season of what this team could be, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it all starts with pitching. I mean, I think we got 2 good starts and we're able to have the lead. I mean, momentum is such a big thing in college baseball. And, you look back at our games along the way, you look back at the UVA series, we grabbed a little momentum in the Saturday and the Sunday game and had chances to win those, and then gave that momentum right back kind of that next half inning. And then same thing, the NC State series on Friday night, we grabbed some momentum and had chances, and same thing on Sunday and just couldn't close it out. So, but it's all pitching. I mean, your momentum is based on, either throwing up zeros when the game is tight or getting shutdown innings when the other team scores. And we haven't this year done a good enough job with shutdown innings. So, obviously, we wish we had played like this more often this year, but unfortunately it is what it is.
Is there a bitterness that comes with it that you play this way when the season's already been decided, or do you just take stock and say it's good to see us play like this at some point, at any point?
Yeah, I mean, the bitterness comes from not making the conference tournament and not being in the postseason. I mean, that bitterness is gonna be there regardless of how we play tomorrow. But again, at this point, it's building for next year. Not only Lucas Costello and Brock Wilkin and Hunter Furtado, who threw well yesterday. Those freshmen. Eric Adler, Teddy McGraw, that are going to be a big key next year. It's kind of a little more than that. It's building team culture. So we've been having some meetings with the guys about, expectations for summer ball and headed into next year. And we'll have exit meetings after, starting, after the game tomorrow, and to set the tone for next year.
You talked about it being senior day tomorrow. Are there any of those, like 8 guys going through the ceremony, that could potentially be back next season for you? Because, that weird extra year at the NCAA, it's hard to really even fathom how many years eligibility everybody has left at this point.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, we talked to those guys. I mean, obviously, we think the large portion of them are going to get a chance to play professionally. And then the guys who aren't, I told our guys, before the season, actually, I told them last spring, that, don't expect to have a 5th year here. I mean, we're going to make exceptions from time to time. Ty Witt and Bobby Hearn were kind of rare exceptions where it's like, okay, we're going to find room for those guys because they're left-handed pitchers who aren't necessarily professional pitchers, but they help us win. So, but the reality is most of the time when somebody gets to their 5th year, if they're not a professional player by then the reality is, it's time for them to move on to the next chapter of their life, and they're not going to be the focal point of our club next year anyway. So, I think hopefully, knock on wood, most of them get a chance to play professionally. I think they've earned it. And then the couple of few that probably won't, they kind of close the book, get their degrees, and move on to the next phase. But happy to report every one of these 8 seniors tomorrow is getting their degree. So pretty awesome to be 8 for 8.
Anything else, guys? Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
All right,
Tom.
thanks for jumping on.
Thanks, Tom.
What's up, guys?
How's it going, Brock?
It's going good. How are you guys?
Well, Brock, I'm not trying to be a jerk here or bring you down or anything, but last night a nice win, today a nice win. Like, where's this team been for the last month or so?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely somewhere where we knew we could be. This is obviously who we really are. I mean, Pitt's obviously a really good team. They're going to a regional. They had a shot to host a regional. I mean, they're just a flat out really good team. And I think it all stems from momentum and like big innings and pitching and piling good ABs together. I feel like when we have a good start, we from our pitcher, our starting pitcher, we'll go out there and we won't have as quality ABs as position guys. And so they feel like they got to do more than they have to. And then they do too much and it leads to bad innings and all that stuff and vice versa. When pitcher doesn't have a good start, we go out there and stack quality at bats. Or we don't do it too often. It's just momentum is a big thing for us right now. And it is a little too late to get hot, but I mean, this is a Demon Deacon team that could be here all year.
Is there bitterness that you're doing it now when your fate is already sealed and you know this is going to be the end, or is there some pride in the fact that you're doing it at all?
No, with these guys, there's definitely a ton of pride. We're obviously disappointed in not making the postseason, but I mean, the way that we're playing right now, I mean, no one's going to be disappointed, especially leading into next year. This is where we want to be going into next year, which is really huge for us.
Is it possible to build momentum from 1 year into the start of the following year? There's a long time between now and next March.
No, you're 100% right, but I think there is. I think that there is momentum, especially with the guys and leaders that we got next year. I feel like we're going to lead those younger guys into a good direction where we can just go out there and win and don't have to worry about all the other stuff, which I think could be really huge for us.
Ryan can jump in here and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think today with the homer, you tied the Wake freshman record from Jamie Antona.
Yes, sir. I honestly try not to look at that stuff. I just don't like to get it in my head and try to do too much. I honestly didn't even know until Ryan Sosik told me. I was like, no way. So that's honestly a really huge accomplishment and a huge honor. To be one of those freshmen that holds a record here is really huge for me.
I know you don't want to think about it, but is it something that, maybe tomorrow at like 5:00 when the season's over, will you think about it, or will you just be ready to move on to next year?
Yeah, no, for sure. There's definitely some time to reflect after the season, but there's a time to reflect, and that time's got to be short, a couple of days tops. And if you let it build more than that, good or bad, it's not going to be good. You let it get too much to your head if it's good, and you let it get too much to your head if it's bad. So you just got to kind of even them out and go into next year with the same intent and energy I had going into this year.
How important will it be, Brock, tomorrow to go out with the win for those seniors who are playing their last game? You're going to be losing a couple mashers in the middle of that lineup next season, and it's your last chance to get to play with them. How important is that?
No, a win is 100% what we need more than anything. It doesn't matter if we win 1-0 and we get no hit and we win on a pass ball. I mean, it doesn't matter. Just if we win, it's gonna be really huge for those guys, especially with the year that we didn't want to have, but we've had. A win for them on senior day is just going to be really huge for them. And I know it's going to be really special for me too, playing with those guys. My last time, I'm going to give all I got, and it's a bigger purpose tomorrow for those guys. Just play for those guys and go out there and try to win.
Not to get you off track for tomorrow, but where are you going for the summer, Brock?
I will be playing in the Cape Cod. I'll be playing for Harwich Mariners. Sir.
Gosh, that's all I had. I just wanted to check with you.
I'm good as well. Thanks a lot, Brock.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, guys.
Brock.
Talk to y'all tomorrow.